In this video, I'm going to discuss the topic of creating a surface profile and a profile view. And before we get started, I just want to cover something real quick, and that is a variance between the CAD standards manual and what I generally practice when dealing with alignments and profiles. So the CAD standards manual will direct you to put alignments in the align file and profiles in the prof file. But the way that Civil 3D operates creates some issues with dynamic updating of those surface profiles if you separate the two and data reference between them. So in practice, I actually like to keep the profiles and the alignments in the same file, and that file would be the align file. So I have an align C3D file open from an existing project, and I already have alignments and surfaces and all that in here. There are two things that you need in order to create a surface profile. You need an alignment and you need a surface. So once you have those two elements, which are already in place, you go to the Home tab. Under the Create Design panel, select Profile, then Create Surface Profile. In this window, you need to select the alignment. So I created a how-to alignment for this exercise. So the active alignment is where your profile will be cut. The way that Civil 3D cuts profiles is it cuts them on the alignment or at an offset from the alignment. You can control the offsets by highlighting or checking this sample offsets box and then entering whatever offset you want to sample from. I am just going to cut a profile along the alignment itself, no offset, and I'm going to use the existing surface for the profile. These other surfaces, I could also cut profiles along them if I wanted. Just for this exercise, I'm choosing to do the existing one. Press Add when you have all your options selected that you want. And then the only other thing to keep in mind on this window is that your style matches your surface, the desired style in the profile view for your surface. So since this is an existing surface, I will go ahead and pick the existing style, say OK, and then select Draw in Profile View if I want to create a profile view at this time. This window the only thing that you need to change here is the profile view style sometimes needs to be adjusted. So in transportation, we're generally going to use a 10:1 vertical exaggeration 20-foot grid. The other options might be more suitable for your purposes, and also we use a lot of these other sizes or options for various aspects of the project. But for a construction centerline profile, we're generally going to use 10:1. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for this exercise. And the rest of these tabs or windows have specific controls that you can put on the profile, such as station ranges, profile view heights. You can manually control a lot of elements of the profiles if you want, but in general, the only thing that you're going to need to change is the profile view style to make sure that fits your needs. Once you have everything the way that you want, go ahead and say Create Profile View. And then I like to organize these profile views in an orderly fashion in space, but for this exercise, since all these profiles are actual production profiles, I'm going to ignore them, and I'm just going to put this profile way out in the middle of nowhere. But for your production profiles, I would organize them in a neat fashion and something that's easily replicatable by the next person who touches your job. So I'll go ahead and place this out in space, click anywhere, and there we go. There is my existing surface along my how-to alignment. And that is how to create a surface profile and profile view.